The 2023 foreclosure crisis. All right, folks, welcome to the channel. Always an honor and a privilege to be with you. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up and strap in. I got a hard-hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows or sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. The foreclosure crisis is knocking on the door. We're all seeing this thing play out now, right? Insanity. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. Every single time the housing market has exhibited bubble behavior, they've crashed 100% of the time. Always had booms and busts in the housing market, yet somehow this time was going to be different. Now, real estate is very local. Like I've always said, some will be the last to get hit, the first to get rebound, some will get hit harder. This is not the crypto or stock market. Insanity, this stuff. Can you believe this stuff to wrap and digest? Our digital diet today, we're digesting so much information. Insanity. But unfortunately, the realities are this, friends, because I've lived through this in the last bubble firsthand. And that's why it really, when I came to the platform and started reporting, because as somebody that lived through that before, and then watching industry professionals being deemed essential workers in a health crisis, stifling inventory by locking people at home, putting upward pressure on prices, and then watching what happened after that was head spinning. It was nothing short of an episode, for me, of the Twilight Zone. Yet I watched these agents tell me it was normal. And then the amount of new agents that piled in, of course, wanted to think that's normal. And there's still a bunch out there on the Kool-Aid right now. It's just slowly, people are waking up. I'm seeing more and more now industry people. I gotta laugh at this stuff sometimes because I see a lot of industry people out there trying to still hang on, and I get it. I feel bad for them. I mean, my gosh, if you based your cost of living on commissions or writing loans or whatever, but they're just grasping at straws at this point. Now, anybody here at this channel that stayed centered and surrounded with like-minded people, trying to be iron sharpens iron, knows that what we're going to do is start identifying specific properties and looking at them with a very easy-to-use tool. What's its estimated cost to own versus the property's rent range? We want to know a property's rent range because it tells us the value of the neighborhood and, more specifically, that property. So any investor is always going to look at its cap rate. What's this thing going to rent for? What's my exposure? So we should do that even with our first home, our primary home. But unfortunately, in the Kool-Aid drinking era and the FOMO factory spec homes, it all popped up in the crisis with faulty construction, with tour homes, model homes, FOMO factory homes, and millennials piling in that, not knowing anything about the area rents there. You never saw at one of those model home FOMO factories investors lining up at the door. It was always first-time home buyers and Kool-Aid drinkers. Insanity. So we have to admit now, friends, it's becoming more evident the percentage of likelihood of a foreclosure. Oh, Scott, you can't say that. You're stirring the pot again. There could be no foreclosure crisis. Maybe a correction, Scott. Maybe things will slow down, but no foreclosure crisis. I'm not willing to admit that yet. Are you not watching the news? Are you not watching the layoffs? Are you not watching the big heavy hitter tech companies lay off people in droves and basically freeze hiring in what's typically where they're scrambling to hire in the seasonal help and the holidays? In fact, most of the hiring that's even taking place right now is maybe some seasonal help, and because they don't want to keep them around after the holidays, they're going to let them go. They're not going to contract with these people long term. So we've got some big cracks now to expose, displaying themselves as we move forward here. So we have to start, if we're going to be forward thinking, critical thinking. I don't know, what do you guys think? Should we be forward thinking, critical thinking here, or wait for lagging data to tell us what's going on? Throw the playbook out the window. The data will not save you. This will be a very different downturn than we've ever seen before. Generational health crisis, overstimulation of the world's biggest economy and the world's biggest asset class. That alone, I should have to say no more else, nothing else, should have your 100% undivided attention, friends. So what the trick is in this one, because of the amount of people that overpaid for properties, didn't check rent ranges, and their properties they're fully exposed. There's no way the majority, if any of the properties that were purchased in the height of the bubble will rent for their payment. And even if you paid all cash for your house in the height of this bubble, you're wishing, gosh darn it, I wish I had waited. I find myself saying that to myself all the time. Gosh darn it, I wish I'd done this or that or the other. That's a big gosh darn it. And I've walked in those shoes in the last bubble. I bought a house near the top of the bubble. Not the height, close enough. A few sleepless nights in there, but acceptance will always be the answer to your problem. Eventually I just accepted it. I'm like, to this house, I don't even care anymore. I'm out. I'm gone. Luckily, because I came in with a minimum amounts down, which was probably the stupidest thing I did, because if I had checked its rent range, I would have just stuck a renter in there and held on to it. Whatever, I don't care. Some renter's paying the payment. I don't care what I paid for it. That's why moving forward, we're always going to check rent ranges. It's the easiest tool to use if you're buying a house. Standard 20% down, today's interest rate. Will the payment be under its rent range? If so, I'm willing to look at that house. That's what you need to know. You guys contact me. Email in the description below when you're ready to start looking at homes, and that's the way we'll do it. Biggest network of top-rated agents in the world ready to assist you, and I will personally be involved with that. But here's the thing, friends. The realities are this. A foreclosure crisis is knocking at the door. Can anybody guarantee one? No. Would I like to? Yes. If I was a betting man, which I'm not, that's where my money would go. Bigger bubble, bigger blowback, and the amount of people that bought in the crisis with layoffs now just getting started, over 100,000 tech jobs already gone. And we're just getting started. Within like a month, we've seen that. Can you imagine in 12 months from now, 1 million tech jobs gone? Whew. And who buys houses? You guessed it, white collar income. White collar wage earners are the people that buy houses. And even the people, this thing's just got issues written all over it. So, predictions. Forward thinking, critical thinking, and stay tuned to the end because there's a big thing you have to know that's going to definitely go vertically or parallel along with foreclosures, or it's insane. By this time next year, if not before, it could be next month, it wouldn't even surprise me. But as soon as mainstream media gets a hold of it, as soon as some foreclosure data starts rolling in, it's going to get blown out of proportion and just be fuel on the foreclosure fire. But even with that alone, even if we were able to shut down mainstream media, from which they might be doing, from reporting on that, it's going to happen because jobs are going away and inflation, the hidden tax, are robbing people of their savings as we speak. And millions of people are supplementing their income with their savings and they're running out of time. That is, in fact, what's going on. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator. Somebody wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understanding bubbles, when they manifest, always deliver a foreclosure crisis. It now becomes how big and when. I believe, and I hate to say it, bigger bubble, bigger blowback. The foreclosure crisis is probably going to eclipse the financial crisis of 2008. This might resemble more of the Great Depression era. Fingers crossed, because like I've always said, I'm recession insulated, but I don't know if I'm recession proof. I'm not sure I'm really excited to have to live through it, other than the fact I was prepared. I'm going to be able to operate more efficiently within it. And guess what, friends? There's going to be a lot of people taking advantage of the people under duress with their homes. We see the amount of scams on our text, emails, WhatsApp, this channel. Everybody's scamming, trying to take advantage of people for financial gain. Wait till the foreclosure crisis comes. There's going to be people trying to either sell you, find out where the foreclosure crisis is, join my membership now. You don't need that. There's going to be a badge next to every pre-foreclosure, short sale, or bank-owned home right on the favorite websites that we use all the time to monitor the health of these properties. It'll be there for you. I'm going to navigate all of you how to shop for foreclosure homes. But first, you got to understand, you're going to have to stay centered and surrounded. You're going to get swept up in the fear and the panic. And in fact, the best time to invest is when there's blood in the streets, but it takes a lot of guts. That's why I always say, minimize risk, get a partner, go try one out, do it once, do it twice, do it 3 times until eventually you got the swing of it and you're good to go. Only a small percentage of people are going to buy this next crash. I want you guys to be one of them. It's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, I know you're going to love the next video. And there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.